I started my self-improvement journey when I was 18, 19 years old because I wasn't happy with who I was. I wasn't happy with my life and living in my own body. I don't know if you can relate to this statement, but it's quite a strong feeling. I wasn't happy with who I was. I was a shy, skinny, introverted kid, very socially awkward, no attention from girls whatsoever. I was having such a hard time expressing myself, talking to people. I was getting sweaty on my hands and on my armpits, and I wasn't able to fully live life. I had no purpose. I had no meaning in general. That's how self-improvement attracted me. And it's quite obvious why. Because the people on self-improvement, I mean the influencers, the role models, the YouTubers that are on the internet, they offer you something better in return. They offer you more social acceptance, more respect from the other people, more attraction from the girls, better body, better mental health. And all these things are attractive to one young and not so depressed but insecure boy. It's obvious why a lot of people go into this path, and it's obvious why it doesn't work. I'm going to need at least 10 to 15 minutes to explain you why self-improvement doesn't make you happy. Because for you it may be a shock to hear these things, because for me it certainly was, because this was my lifestyle after this moment when I told you when I was in high school, 18, 19 years old. After this moment, self-improvement became my purpose, my whole life basically. I was doing self-improvement activities during my day, and then I was also making self-improvement videos. And it was really my life. Everything self-improvement was my life. And when you turn something into your life, it's such a strong belief within you. Then when somebody challenges your belief, it feels not nice. It feels like there's a lot of resistance. You hang on to it. You don't want to lose it, because otherwise you would feel stupid. You would feel that you wasted some time. But it's not really like this, because everybody goes through phases, first of all. And second of all, it's nice to level up at some point. And self-improvement is very surface-based, because self-improvement offers you surface level based solutions on your problems. Because as I mentioned, I was skinny, I was insecure, I was socially awkward, no attraction, and I wanted to change these things. But in order for me to what? To feel good. This is the first level of understanding of how we as people work. We want to feel good. Everything that we do in our life is in order for us to feel good. Whether that is going on a date with some beautiful girl, yes, that makes us feel good. Or buying our dream car, getting into our dream university, starting our dream job. Everything is related to us feeling good. That's why we always chase the feel good sensations. That's why sometimes we can get too deep into the rabbit hole of playing video games, watching too much YouTube or too much Netflix, getting into drugs, cigarettes, alcohol, etc., etc. All of this, instant gratification activities. Because we chase that feel good mentality, feel good sensations in our body. And self-improvement causes us to feel these things on the surface level. But imagine you have one infection, like I had on my knee. There is one pus going out of my knee, some inflammation, some infection. Imagine just trying every day to wipe it off with a paper. Every day the pus comes out, the shitty infections and bacteria comes out, and every day you just wipe it off with one paper. Wouldn't you ask yourself at one point, why is this inflammation going on? What is the main reason and the main cause for this inflammation? Because that's what we do with self-improvement. We don't feel good about ourselves, and then we start to overcome it. We start to make our life better, ourselves better, in order for us to feel good. But this channel is for deeper thinking people. So what we do in this case is we just put another condition on ourselves to be happy. We say to ourselves, not literally, but in our head and in our body, we say to ourselves, I'm going to feel good only when I improve myself. And what happened to me personally, when I was in this phase, when I was hustling so much, I was so much on self-improvement and doing content and everything, whenever I didn't do it, I started to feel like shit. Like back again, back in the mud, like I told you. Feeling like shit, nobody respects me, nobody likes me. Back when I was 18, 19 years old. I remember just being at home, writing my, little self-improvement video scripts. And for example, my mom comes in and interrupts my flow state. and interrupts my writing session. What I did, I got so angry. I got so angry at her and I said, why? I started to rage. Why do you come in my room? I'm making a video. The poor woman, she didn't even know that I was writing this script. But this reaction, which is not relevant to reality, was triggered because my well-being, my happiness was so attached to self-improvement that the moments when I was not doing self-improvement, I wasn't feeling happy. Therefore, when my mom came into the room, she interrupted my happiness. She made me unhappy, but it's not her fault, obviously. It's my fault because this is my internal world. I felt unhappy because at this moment I was stopped for doing the activity that makes me happy. It's a very important question that you can ask yourself, guys, because it's very mainstream advice: do what makes you happy, do what makes you happy. And what if you don't do this thing? For example, making YouTube videos makes me happy. And what if I don't do YouTube videos? What if I cannot do YouTube videos for the next 7 days? What does it mean? The next week, I'm unhappy all the time because I cannot do my favorite activity. It's not so much about what you do, it's the place where it's coming from. It's not about what you do to feel happy, it's an internal state, guys. Because you may believe now that happiness is one destination over there, and when you reach it, from this point on, happily ever after, like in the movies and in the tales. Yes, you reach this point and then you'll be happy for the rest of your life. But it's not like this because it's a state. And the things, most likely, the goals that you have, for example, let's say $100K in the bank. There are people that have the 100K in the bank and they're still not happy. Because when you put yourself this mentality that when I achieve X or Y or Z, then I'm going to be happy. Then after you achieve X, you're going to chase Y. When you achieve Y, you're going to chase Z until the end of your life. And you never allow yourself to be happy. And happiness is really in the present moment, when you appreciate what you have and who you are, and you don't want to change things. Because what is self-improvement? Constantly wanting to improve yourself. And I'm not over exaggerating because I know myself and I know the guys on the self-improvement, in this sphere, when they watch videos of Hamza, let's say, or of some other, or Andrew Tate or something like this kind of influencers. They want to spend every single waking minute doing something productive, doing something to improve yourself, to either to make money or to hustle in the gym or to improve your social skills. Every single waking minute needs to be spent in self-improvement. But the underlying message of this is that you're not good enough the way you are. You cannot be happy the way you are. And how come? It's so crazy to think about it like this. You attach your happiness and your value and your well-being into certain actions. And it happened to me most of the time. I was training, I was feeling really good about myself because I was inflating my ego, but it's another topic. And I got injured 7 days out of the gym. And for these 7 days, I feel so shit. Every single day, every single waking moment, I think, I want to be in the gym. I want to train. Oh, now my muscles are going down. Oh, shit, what is gonna happen to me? Oh, my progress is lost. But guys, we cannot continue living in a moment that is not the present one. In the past or in the future. No, we live in the present moment. This is what makes us happy, being grateful for what we have, for the simple clothes that we have, for the food that we have in our stomach. These are the things that make us happy, and self-improvement doesn't make you happy. Because nothing can make you happy. Nothing outside of you can make you happy. The only thing that can make you happy is you. Your thinking and your understanding of yourself. Understanding that the only moment that matters is now. And we need to appreciate everything that we are and that we are good enough. And when we were little kids, this is the best example, because you cannot say this person is happy, this person is happy, this person is happy. First of all, it's subjective. Second of all, there is not proof. You cannot touch it, you cannot see it, you cannot feel who is happy and who is not. But I'm sure you can relate to this. The moments when we were the happiest was when we were kids. Now, you may argue, yes, because we didn't have any responsibilities, we didn't have to work a job and stuff like this. This is partly right. But how we were when we were little kids? Have you ever asked yourself this question and started to contemplate on it? I'll tell you, when we were little kids, we were focused only on the present moment. We didn't care about what we're gonna do, what we're gonna study, what we're gonna graduate, what this person is going to say, what my parents are going to say, what this girl is going to say. We just cared about the present moment. We go out, we don't complain why it's so boring. We just find ways to entertain ourselves and to make us feel happy. We go out, we don't have a smartphone, we don't have a bow, we don't have a toy with us. We go in the forest, we get one stick, we start to play with it, we start to make a melody, we start to break it, then we start to make a sword, we start to, cut the leaves. And we were just enjoying the present moment. We were just happy within ourselves. We weren't thinking constantly to improve ourselves. Self-improvement is like, I like to give one analogy. It's like let's say you are one car. This car has a problem, internal problem. It could be childhood trauma, it could be some insecurity within ourselves, some deficiency, some approval seeking, let's say. There are many, it's very nuanced. For every person is different. But let's say you have a problem with the car. Let's say it's the engine. Your engine is problematic. It causes some problems. I don't know, there's some smoke coming out. Instead, what we do, instead of facing the problem, instead of opening the, how do you say, not the trunk, but the part inside, on the front, and just look at the engine, try to see what's the cause of the problem, why is it smoking, why the car is so slow and cannot, I don't know, make this higher speed or whatever. I'm not really a car guy. Instead of focusing on the problem, on the cause of the problem, what we do, we go on self-improvement. We try to put better tires. We try to have a nicer wheel, we pack it into some nice material. We make a full makeover of the internal coupe. We make we put a spoiler, we put a bigger, how do you say, Auspuchs, this thing that come out of the gas. We try to improve our car so much, like in Need for Speed. Better paint on the outside, better things, better armor on the front. But we don't focus on the cause of the problem. Why our car is not moving the way it should be moving in the first place? Because there is an internal problem and we can make it 500 horsepower, this car, but if we have a problem with the engine, it's not going to move, and it's the absolutely same with our well-being and our happiness. There is a problem within us, there is something that is stopping us from being happy, and usually it's some bullshit that we make up in our own mind, or it's conditioned into us from society. And instead of facing this, instead of removing the problem internally, we focus on the outside. We focus on getting more money, getting more attention, getting more fame, getting more women, getting more friends, getting more status. The happiness is inside of us, guys. The happiness is in every single moment. It doesn't matter of which part of the journey you are. Once you understand this, you don't need so much self-improvement. And this doesn't mean that you should stop working. You should stop working out. You should stop chasing your goals. You should stop, being more attractive to the other gender. You should stop hanging out with friends. No, it's not what I mean, but it's not the action. It's the place where the action is coming from. Because you can push your friend in the lake to help him overcome his fear of water and make him learn how to swim. Or you can push your friend again in the lake because you want to kill him. Because you want him to drown. It's the same action. You push your friend, but it's a different intention. You can improve yourself from the place where you feel good enough. You feel already happy and you just want to improve your personality. You want to improve kind of your external life. But you can also improve yourself to fill the holes inside of you, which is the thing that most people do. This is why you see these extremes. This is why you see extreme bodybuilders with so much muscle getting steroids and getting the lightning on the pictures and photoshops and wanting people to like them and always caring about their appearance. Or you see this person who is only caring about money, only caring about his income, nothing else matters. Or you see this person who is trying to fill the void inside of them with girls and with attention and with Tinder dates and with hookups and with enormous body counts. You see this constantly because when your glass of water is not full, you try to fill it with water. But instead of trying to fill it with water, let's say, which is our natural well-being, we try to fill it with Sprite or with oil or with whiskey, with different things that don't work. Because in the end of the day, our glass is not full. Our goal is to see, it's so easy, it's so simple. Our glass is not full. How are you going to fill it? we just put more water. Water is just more appreciation, more gratefulness, more understanding that we are enough. We have all of us, we have our internal value. When we do this, we fill the cup with water, it's overflowing, and then we can grow into different areas: fitness, education, money, and etc. Because I'm sure that if you have good mental well-being, everything else falls into place. Everything else is so much easier. But if you don't, it's like you swim against the stream of water. It is really like this. That's why self-improvement doesn't make you happy. Because you don't face the internal issues within yourself. Self-improvement shouldn't be something to make you happy. It should be something that you, when you're already happy, which is not so hard as you may think, then to do in order to have progress, because progress is very important. The bad thing is that most of the people don't understand why they do certain things. People just act by instinct or by default, on autopilot, but they don't understand why. And I can tell you that 90% of the people that are doing self-improvement, I'm speaking that this self-improvement on the internet, they do it because they feel the voids inside of themselves. And if you do this, please be honest with yourself, understand this, and you see how things get much easier, how you don't need this to be happy. You can be happy just by yourself and then do the self-improvement. If you're sick of listening to the same mainstream advice on the internet without leading you to the results that you want, if you're sick of you getting in your own way and always sabotaging yourself, and if you're sick of always feeling fearful, anxious, angry, and just being unable to process your emotions, then click the first link in the description below for my one-on-one coaching. Instead of listening to the advice what everybody is saying that every person should do, instead we're going to focus on your own problems, because you are your best teacher, you are your doctor, you are your coach. You just need some guidance and some advice, and you'll be able to have permanent results. I hope to see you there, and as usual, stay tiger.